Hey, what's going on, guys? It's xJawz, and today I am coming to you guys seeking some advice. Anyway, as you guys know, I am 16, and soon I'm going to be getting my permit, and I've been thinking a lot about what first car I want to get. And you know what? I thought, hell, I'll turn to you guys for advice, because I've turned to you guys for advice before, and you didn't seem to disappoint. I asked you guys about like TV shows and movies and stuff like that, and I got a lot of good advice. Same with the diet and going to the gym. A lot of people have been messaging me about that lately, giving me some advice for the gym thing. And as far as that goes, pretty much what I've figured out is I've learned a couple things, and let me run it by you guys and see if this sounds right. First of all, I should eat instead of like 3 meals like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I should sort of eat 5 meals a day and spread it out throughout the day, and eat about every 4 hours to keep my metabolism going, because if I stop eating for more than 4 hours, then my metabolism starts to shut down and starts to store my food as fat. So that was a tip that some people gave me. As far as going to the gym goes, I should either do some people do push-pull days, where they do all their push exercises one day, and then 2 days later pull exercises, and 2 times a week for each. And then some other people were recommending that I split it up into going 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I think some guy messaged me and he told me his routine was first day biceps and chest, second day triceps and back, and then third day stomach and shoulders. And that sounded about right. I'm not sure if that is correct or not. And the other piece of advice that I picked up on was a lot of people said I should get either muscle milk or whey protein. I'm not sure which is better. People also told me obviously to eat a lot of protein. I think I was told 1.5 grams of protein for every mass of lean muscle I have, and I think I have to figure out how much lean muscle I have, because I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. So I got to figure that out, and then I can eat the correct amount of protein. But other than that, I think I'm good. If anyone else has any other advice before I start really getting hardcore into going to the gym, leave a comment. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Today I wanted to talk about my first car that I'm going to be getting, cars in general, and what your guys' advice would be for me, because I'm sure a lot of kids, especially my age, a lot of kids know a lot about cars, and I'm just not a person who's really thought a lot about my first car. I just thought I'd get whatever I thought was cool, and really doesn't seem, I've really been looking, and I know this is going to sound so deep and like a big deal or whatever, but I really haven't found a car that I look at and immediately say, I could see myself driving that. I just haven't seen one like that, and I've been thinking about it a lot. So I'll tell you guys pretty much everything that's been going on. Basically, I've come to the conclusion that I need, well, first of all, my mom has an SUV. She has a Tahoe, a 2000, I think, Tahoe that she loves, and has like 130,000 miles on it, and she's getting ready to get a new car. My dad's always tried to convince her to get one, but she never will, because she loves her car now. Finally, what's going to happen, or what we've been thinking about, I'm not 100% sure, is she wants to give me her car for the first 6 months to a year of me having my license, and then if I crash or get into an accident, it's no big deal, because the car is almost useless. It's like so old and so many miles on it and whatever, that wouldn't be a big deal. And it's safe, it's really big, and obviously a truck like that, I'm going to be fine. But to be honest, my problem with that car, and my parents have agreed with me, said it's a problem, is how big it is. It is a very, very big car, and that's going to be, it's a lot harder to maneuver. It's sort of intimidating, I guess you could say, and it's going to be hard to park, obviously, and stuff like that. And then there's the plus side to that, which I'm thinking about, which is yes, all those things do make it more difficult to have as my first car. But if I learn in that car, and I learn how to drive a big car as my first car, then I'll be able to drive anything, park anything, all the all that good stuff. So I don't know, I've been weighing my options on that, the pros and cons. Pretty much that's everything. Those are all the pros and cons. But I'm still thinking about that, whether I want to use her car as my first car, or whether I want to actually buy my first car. So I've come to the conclusion, on top of that, that I thought a Mustang would be a first cool car, like a Ford Mustang, or a Dodge car, something like that. And really I came to the conclusion that I can't have a sedan or a sports car. It's too low to the ground. My entire life, my parents have had SUVs, and just you know, I've always kind of been up off the ground, and although I think, you know, sports cars look way cooler, like sedan, there's some really sleek looking good sedans and all that I wish I, you know, was comfortable in it. Well, I wish I was comfortable in. The fact of the matter is I'm just not comfortable in those cars, and I don't like being that close to the road, so I pretty much have to get a SUV. Now I don't want a pickup truck, I'll say that. I don't want, I don't know, I've been thinking about different cars that I want to get, and I wanted to ask you guys what you think. I need a SUV, not too big, because I don't want to run into problems with, you know, maneuverability, like, you know, it being a difficult first car. My price range, I don't want to act like I'm some super rich tycoon or anything like that, but I have a little bit more money to spend because of the fact that, and this is going to sound pretty, I guess, cheesy, but I've pretty much saved up my entire life. Like, I've never, you know, whenever I get checks, my parents always make me put it in the bank. I have a lot of money saved up, and this machinima money also for the coming quarters won't be spent on my braces, so I will be able to probably put even more money into the car. So I've got some money to spend. I'm not going to be buying, you know, Lincoln Navigator as my first car. I don't have like 40 grand to spend, but I do have quite a bit of money to at my disposal, more so than I think most teenagers my age. So if you guys have any suggestions or cars you think I should check out, anything that kind of fits the description of what I just kind of talked about, an SUV that isn't too big, but, you know, kind of looks sleek, because really I only have two concerns as far as it goes. Price not being a big concern. My two concerns are, number one, for me, I want it to look cool. Really, I just want a car that, you know, girls are gonna like, and like, I just want a nice looking car. And my mom wants me to get a safe car. So pretty much all these SUVs are gonna be safe cars. And my dad just wants me to get like a reliable car, something I'm going to be able to have for a while, something that's going to be nice, which is why I want to get a more recent car, not like a 1990s car or something like that. So if you guys have any, you know, advice, I'm sure, you know, every single subscriber of mine has more knowledge about cars than I do. So combined, I'm sure you guys are going to have so much knowledge that it's going to be overwhelming. And I'll probably know what car I want by the end of the day after I post this video. I don't know. But we'll see. So anyway, leave a comment if you have any suggestions, and I will make another video where I fill you guys in on what my decision is, if I have a decision yet, or if I'm still torn. As far as what cars I've looked at so far, I don't want a Scion. My dad thinks Scions look really cool. I don't think Scions look cool. This is just my opinion. I don't like the Scion. The XP, I think it is, the boxy car, the one that looks like an ice cube. And then not Kia, I think it might have been Kia that had a version of the Scion XP. It kind of copied it. Didn't want to get that. I don't want a Jeep. I definitely don't want a Jeep. I don't really like Jeeps that much. Other than that, I'm open to whatever fits the description. So I guess I am being kind of picky. But anyway, that's the end of the game. I will see you guys later. The final score of this game was 18-2 in Search and Destroy. Or 18-1, I'm sorry. In Search and Destroy. Got a nice AC 130 in this game, so it was pretty cool. I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.